and we'll sit and talk about shit, everyday bullshit.
So we are proud to be here with Winston Marsden. So, Winston, when did everything first start to fall apart?
Well, we were looking at around probably like late Monday night, I guess, and Tuesday morning was, when I started realizing that, some things were, not happening. I talked to one of the backers, and she said the larger part of the money wasn't there, but she kind of encouraged me to push forward a little bit for the gates. The other workings was that I had, Tuesday I'd reached out to some individuals that were involved in the festival, and they had highly encouraged me to shut it down. I had a legal advisor on the phone, and I had another person that worked closely with me, and they just kept telling me to shut it down. And I felt, that I had no choice, as if my inner circle and my people say, "Hey, shut it down." I was here to the last minute. I wanted
to keep it going, correct?
Yeah, I didn't fight hard enough, I don't think, to keep it going and have the vision of the gate, because the circumstances prevailed that no matter which way it went, everybody's got to be paid. And the larger part of, things have to, ticket holders have to have their money back. Vendors have to have their money back. Even all the sponsors have to have all their money back. And the event, seamlessly seemed to go on in 2 locations. And I was here.
Remarkably, you have managed to pay back almost most of what you owe to everybody.
Yes, over 20,000
within 30 days, which is awesome.
Well, we're looking at right now from the 17th to, now we pay back over 20-some thousand of the $36,989. I think it's $36,989 of gross sales and ticket sales, sponsorships, and vendors. And we will have all that paid back within the 90 mark. And what we did is with our sponsors, we went from the top down, and anybody that paid from that moment down, they got their refunds, and they're still in the process of some of them of being refunded. And then with the respect of, that we still have tickets, and I think 1 or 2, but everybody will be paid back in that 90-day promise.
That is fantastic. Now, your other business partners, have they been vocal with you, or have they been?
Well, I haven't spoken to anyone since outside of one of them. I spoke to them the other day. They came by, dropped off a laptop that had information on it of sponsors and people that were involved in the festival. They dropped that off. Outside of that, I haven't heard from anyone. I didn't even know the festival was going to continue until I seen the news.
Excellent.
And I was never called. I was never invited to.
So you weren't invited to your own party?
I was not invited to my own party.
Wow. So, playlist for life. Can you tell me at what point in the game was playlist for life involved? I mean, when did
I went to meet Mr. Ian Hill at Garrett Farms, and Miss Deanna was there. We had talked about the event, and from that day forward, Gregory was with me, and Gregory dealt with Ian and Deanna on a regular basis. As it is a dual location event. I was working diligently on the marketing, advertising, making sure we went to Las Vegas to meet some of the players in the industry to bring Virginia back something that they haven't. I was working on.
We have never seen before.
Have never seen before, and unfortunately, the vision wasn't able to be met. But the biggest thing is that, we are going to come back, and that there was a ground floor laid for legal cannabis consumption at festivals. We were the first cannabis festival, or the first festival to get legal cannabis delivery on the property for medical patients. being able to give a medical patient and a recreational patient a place to go and to, use their medicine appropriately. And
it was going to be overseen by the VCCA, correct? The Virginia Cannabis Control Authority.
Well, with RISE being there, with that being delivered, absolutely. That's, what they would have been the ones that would be looking at it.
The event was set up well.
Well, the event was set up, but the end result that took place was not of my vision. My vision would have been is that I saw everyone come together, and that was awesome. And I think that's the greatest thing, that I did see that a dual location festival works. It's just that the partners that are in it have to work together cohesively to make sure that ball stays in place.
Absolutely.
Because what happens, the vision gets lost.
Absolutely.
And fingers get pointed. I'm not pointing any finger back except for the man right here. Because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for every dollar that comes back to you and to everybody. And that's what I'm going to do. Because at the end of the day, all I have is my word. And I'll be back. And we're going to do something is that, at the end of the day, it's my fault. I made some bad choices. But I think I seen something that I wouldn't have seen before, is that I was left here. I was here every day from that day paying back money. I didn't get an invitation to any parties. And I'll be honest with you, I would have loved to have been up there on that stage at Garrett Farms and to been able to, but with the amount of backlash from threats to being called a con man to everything that just hit me, there was no invitation. There was just me piecing this thing back together, and that's what I'm going to do. That's all I got to do. My family's involved. Each and every one that, was going to come out, they lost. I know that. Each and every one of the vendors that were going to come out.
So, what are your future plans? What do you plan on doing if you can make a Virginia 420 Festival 2025?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to still stick with the vision of coming together about the fiber, food, and medicine, having education, having a place that you can celebrate the medicine, and to come together and sing a happier song. And I think that this can build us back stronger. We could do something because we're a community. If everybody can just get back together and realize that this wasn't something that I wanted. This was, while everybody else was having a good time, I'll be honest, it's been hell because I realized that my circle was smaller than I ever thought. And that I just leave it like this, man, that the party went on, and it's okay that I wasn't there. Next year I will be.
Yes, sir. All right.